Hey, excuse me? Any chance I could ask you some questions?
Sure.
What?
Sure.
Why are you out here today?
Advocate for Black liberation.
Yeah. So, you guys came to this Walkaway rally to counter... Patriotic Americans out here today are walking away from the Democrat Party. Let's see what's going on.
Hey, Elad, how
Why aren't you guys wearing your mask? Aren't you guys scared of COVID? The coronavirus?
Am I old or a fat?
You look
I know
old.
Trump has it. But
I don't know. You kind of fat.
I'm not fat.
That's not fat. Faster, 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 go. Hey, any chance I can get a quick interview? Your thoughts on them?
Who?
On them? Your thoughts on them?
Go ahead.
What do you guys make of these walkaway protesters?
I mean, everybody got their own freedom of speech, but they know that's a bunch of bullshit.
They're saying they're walking away from the Democrat Party. Are you a Democrat?
Yes, I am.
What do you think? Do you think the Democrats doing a good job for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to be voting for Biden in the upcoming election?
Yes.
Awesome. What
Yes,
compelled
I am.
you to? What makes you want to vote for Trump or vote for Biden rather?
Because Biden is a better person to be a president than Trump. Trump full of shit, and he a racist, and everybody know that. And he stood there and told them that. And them motherfuckers that's marching in the street, them the same motherfuckers that he told to stand back and stand down.
What do you
them
think?
the same motherfuckers.
What do you think Trump meant when he said that? Stand back and stand
Yeah,
by.
he mean y'all, you know what? Y'all stand there and don't do nothing right now until shit water down. Then y'all continue to do what y'all doing, and I got y'all back. That's just what he meant.
I know Trump says that black people have nothing to lose by voting for him because the Democrats don't help black people at all. What do you make of that argument?
Until Trump bring his motherfucking bitch ass down and stand in the neighborhoods and get harassed and go through the same things that we go through, then he don't know shit. Until Trump stop being a motherfucking spoiled ass little bitch and decides to goddamn come down and talk to us as people and know what we going through and see the anger and fear that we go through, his pussy ass wouldn't be saying that. His kids are safe. His kids are not getting shot. Them motherfuckers that's walking around out there, they got a different skin color from us. So therefore, they are safe. My kids are not safe. I am not safe. America's not safe as long as you got motherfuckers like Trump in office.
What do you think the biggest threat to people like you, your black family, your black kids is? What is the biggest threat to you guys?
White people that's carrying guns that want to be police officers. Not all the white people are bad. Just the ones that's carrying guns and hiding behind their badges and the guns and the laws that allow them to shoot us and walk away with it and then be on administrative leave with pay instead of having their motherfucking ass locked up and they have to pay for their own lawyers and all of that.
Do you think the cops are targeting black people?
I mean, don't you? Don't everybody? They've been doing it. The marijuana laws, you talking about the car smell like marijuana just so you could search the car, search the houses? I got a kid right here. The cops came to my house, pulled a gun on my child, unarmed cop. You know what your sergeant or IRA done? Nothing.
I know Kamala Harris, she was the DA in California. She used to prosecute a lot of these low-level marijuana crimes. Is it a little contradictory to be supporting Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris, she was the DA?
No. I mean, you know, once if you was doing something like that and then you realize you have to make a change for the better, then that's what they done. Versus you making a change for money. Absolutely. That's what most people do in politics. It's about a dollar for them. It's not about everybody else.
Yeah. I had one last question for you.
Sir.
Thank you for answering all of them. I know the black people who vote in this country, they vote something like 80% for Democrats. Do you think the black people who are continuously committed to the Democrat Party are getting their value when they're voting for them so overwhelmingly?
I mean, that's individually. You know, that's perspective. That's individually. That goes for everybody else in their own situations. You know, as far as the Democratic Party, what they bring to the table for black people, you know, it's for the people. And we are the people. We the one that built America.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. We're going to run back up. Let's go. Hey, excuse me? Any chance I get a quick interview? Sure. Cool. We're out here today, Washington, D.C. for the Walkaway rally. I wanted to ask, when did you walk away from the Democrat Party?
I'm a walk with, honestly, not a walk away. I've always voted Republican since I first started voting, but I support all the people that want to walk away from radical left socialist policies. So
I see you have a sign that says, "I'd rather get COVID-19 than Biden 20."
absolutely.
Could you tell me a little bit more why you'd rather get COVID than have Biden?
I'd rather deal with this myself, and as a matter of fact, I did have COVID. I had 0 symptoms. I have antibodies for months. I never got sick, never had a temperature, and I would rather have that than, God forbid, 4 years of socialism and communism in America.
Defund the media! Defund the media! Defund the media! Defund the media!
We're out here today in Washington, D.C. I heard you chanting a little bit earlier. Defund the media?
Defund the media.
Defund the media.
Defund the media.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that chant? What does it mean to you? Why are you guys chanting that?
That one specifically, because it's completely false, fake news. I mean, it is what, it's not just because Trump says it, it's because we're seeing it every day.
Yeah.
And it's about time that people wake up to that reality. Honestly, most people have turned to alternative media sources at this point, and there's a reason for that.
Could you tell me some of the news sources that you think are fake news? Is it CNN, MSNBC? Who is it?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it is CNN, MSNBC, but I also think that Fox News is still run by the same big corporate, companies. And so even though there's, it's not always as bad as the other ones, I still don't completely trust them either, because I think that they hold back on things that they don't particularly want us to know about.
I want to talk to you about one news story that a lot of people are calling fake news, and I wanted to ask you about it specifically. This whole COVID pandemic. What do you think about how the media covered it? Is this a fake pandemic? What's going on?
Well, I think they made it completely political. I think instead of making it based on science, they've made it more about politics. That's where they put their priorities. And then anything to make Trump look bad, honestly.
Well, we're not wearing masks out here. Do you think masks are important?
I think that if you look it up scientifically, from a scientific standpoint, I think that honestly they've gone back and forth with the whole efficacy of masks.
What about you? So you're
I'm old.
You're one of the old people.
I
No
am
mask.
74 years old.
Trump's age.
Yes. And I am not afraid of COVID. I have not been from the beginning. I practice, not right this moment, 'cause I'm speaking.
So are you concerned about Trump now? He's in the hospital.
No. Everything that's going on with Trump medically is because he fought for those things. He fought for those treatments. He fought for those ventilators. He fought for the one that starts with Q and the one that starts with R and all of that. He put it in place all across our country. And I am not afraid of dying. And if I get sick, just like Donald Trump, I will get better.
Sure, but I know this does disproportionately affect old people. Isn't this almost a death wish? Not even wearing a mask, no caution. We're in a rally full of many people.
No. Since March, I've lived my life this way, keeping away. I'm responsible for my health. I don't want a president telling me I have to wear a mask. It's my choice. We are a land of freedom. And I'd like to say something about your question about the media. You can fact check, but I'm going to broadly say for every 600 positive things on the liberal side and for the Democratic Party, there are a proportionate amount of reports on all the wonderful things Donald Trump has done for us. I invite your listeners to check it out online for themselves.
Do you think, though, I know CNN, MSNBC, they're definitely openly partisan, but in the same vein, isn't there the counterweight of Fox News on the other side, kind of cheerleading Trump many times as well?
They're not cheerleading. There are one source, except the internet.
But they are the biggest name in news. They get more numbers than MSNBC, CNN combined, actually. So,
thank the Lord. Yeah. Thank the Lord that we have somebody giving us something. Don Lemon said, "Burn it down."
I had one question for you.
Tom?
No. I wanted to ask you. So you are dressed up in all the Walkaway gear. When did you walk away from the Democrat Party?
I never did. I've always been. It should say walk with.
So is this just a Republican rally dressed up as people pretending they're people who left the Democrat Party?
Where do you walk to when you walk away from the liberal side? You've got basically two choices: or you vote, or you lose your vote. So you walk to something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Quickly in conclusion, anything else you wanted to mention?
Huh?
I said quickly in conclusion, was there anything else you wanted to mention?
Pray for our president. Don't line up with those people that are calling for his death and cheering. He's a man. He is just as equal as us. He's a human. He is a man of humility. I believe the debate between Trump and Biden was a debate, regardless of the style, was a debate truth from Trump, lies from Biden.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
So where
it.
are you going with all this?
We're on the. Cool. We're in D.C. for the Walkaway rally. When did you guys walk away from the Democrat Party?
I was born Republican.
I've always been a Republican, but we
have converted at least 3 or 4 different people this year alone.
Okay, so
Red
it's-
pills everywhere.
It's not only, people who walked away. It's also like
I am
Republicans
helping
here.
people walk away.
Awesome. How do you red pill people?
How do facts. I get my sources from independent people who do actual research
What's
from
a
GOP
fact?
websites.
Yeah, what's the fact you dropped on somebody who completely it blows their mind?
Well, you could just literally take any mainstream media story and actually show them a statistic from the government website or from an actual census website. And
Did you have any statistics in mind that blows the mind?
yeah, a lot of people don't even know that their median income when Obama was in presidency for 8 years never went above $53,000. But as soon as he comes in, the first year, it jumps up to almost 60.
Yeah. I wanted
That's
to ask.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. I know, like in the past year or so, ever since George Floyd was really killed, we've had this uprising from Black Lives Matters. What does the Walkaway group make of Black Lives Matters? What do you guys make of them?
Well, we've had some.
speak for the Walkaway, but I'll speak for myself. I 100% support the Black Lives Movement, but I absolutely believe we all matter.
Not the organization.
Do you think cops kill black people disproportionately? Do you
I don't
think
so.
they do?
No, there's an economic paper out there that shows the number one correlation is resisting the cops.
Do you think cops treat black people differently than white people?
I absolutely do not.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
but I'm not black, so I
Great.
don't know.
Yep. Thank you so much for your time. What up, pussy boy? It's good to see you. You're good. Bye, ladies.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What's up? I don't think we're supposed to be on the grass. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. Right, to your right, cops. I thought you guys were my cameraman. Oh, no. Yo, Jason, you got any comment? Jason, just yell out your comment. I don't care anymore. All right, wrap it up. I don't care anymore. Excuse me, any chance I could ask you some questions?
Sure.
So we're out here today, Walkaway event. You're decked out in MAGA gear. Can you tell me why you're out here today?
I'm out here to support my country.
Absolutely. I see you have a Q shirt on.
Yes, sir.
There's been a lot of info and disinfo surrounding Q. Can you
Yes.
tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, well, the Q movement it's actually a very peaceful movement. It just encourages people to look a little bit more into things instead of trusting the mainstream headlines, just passing out right after that. So honestly, I know that the Republicans and Democrats in the House just condemned the Q movement, which doesn't make sense because they won't condemn Antifa or BLM.
Is there any info coming out of Q? What is it? What should I know about it?
Basically, you should know that there's a lot of intel coming out of Q, but the latest one that people are talking about is Trump got COVID, but he really didn't get COVID. He was taking HCQ, so he didn't get COVID. This is anticipated. There was a Q drop a long time ago that it talked about Trump needed to isolate himself from everybody.
So do you think it's fake news right now that Trump has COVID?
Yes, but I think this is one of the fake news stories that actually is being pushed from the president for a reason.
You think this is some 4D chess by Trump, faking he has COVID right now
Look how many people just got diagnosed in the White House. I don't know.
I mean, wouldn't it work like that because somebody gets it and then it's a contagious, disease to spread?
You would think, but they're testing everybody in the White House at all times, right?
I know we also have three Republican people, three Republican senators that also tested positive. Is all this just BS pushed by the mainstream media, or?
Well, no one knows exactly what's going to happen, right? So I'll throw a hypothetical out to you that's floating around the internet right now, and that is that, yes, it is 3D chess, but right now the goal is to take down all these people. So everybody that's coming down with COVID on both sides, Republicans, Democrats, they're all evil. So anybody that's coming down with COVID, there's a rumor out there that these people are being detained, and there's tribunals that will start happening soon, and this is all related.
It seems clear that Q releases information that goes against what the mainstream media is saying.
Yes.
Is that potentially bad? I mean, does that just mean we need to be worried about what's going on with the news media, or could this potentially be, it's conflicting to give out misinfo like that and say Trump doesn't really have COVID and he's just at the hospital? That would be a huge, conspiracy there, wouldn't it?
Let me just clarify something. Q never said, there was never a Q drop that said Trump doesn't have COVID.
Yeah.
That's what the Q followers, we get breadcrumbs, we try to follow him and make our own opinions, right? Sure. So it's one of the many opinions that's going around.
So couldn't you you could draw whatever, opinion you want. What makes this stuff real? What makes you trust Q?
From what I've seen, I've done a lot of researching myself. I've watched a lot of documentaries. My big thing is the pedo ring. I live in California. I live in Los Angeles, right? And there's a humongous pedophile problem that is being ignored by the mainstream media. And the fact that they won't talk about it tells me all I need to know.
We're in D.C. I know they had the D.C. Comet Pizza place
Yes.
A few years ago.
Yes.
Somebody went in there thinking that they would find pedophiles in the basement.
Right.
There was no basement there. There was no pedophile ring in Comet Pizza. What do you make of that coming off the heels of a Q drop, right?
Well, I make a lot of it because the Comet Pizza, there's just too many coincidences there. Jimmy Alefantis, I believe is his name, James. He's the owner, and he's connected in a lot of DC circles. And then if you just do a little bit of just just look for yourself with an open mind, and you look at the paintings that are on his walls, you look at his social media posts, you look at the people that engage with him on social media posts, and they all trace back to pedophiles.
There's also John Podesta with these questionable emails. But don't we live in a country where we need more than just, some coincidences, perhaps?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be much hard evidence. Somebody went in there with a gun seeking vigilante justice. Would you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? What happened there?
I would not condone people acting, in vigilante ways. What I would say is that yes, we don't have hard evidence, absolutely, but there is enough. I'm not going to call it evidence, but there is enough breadcrumbs out there to raise enough question marks where I think there should be some kind of investigation. And unfortunately, the investigations, when people say, "Oh, Pizzagate's been debunked," no one ever has an answer as to how it's been debunked. Okay. I haven't seen anything that has made me think otherwise.
I'm taking this off.
How do you say your name?
Elad.
Elad. Okay.
May I?
Sorry. Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yo, that's MLK on the stage. Nice. Yeah,
We're back.
Trump once said that he might be the best president for black people if it weren't for Abe Lincoln, which is probably wrong, but I don't know, who's been good for black people?
I think Abe Lincoln's love of black people is a little overstated. He said, if I could maintain the Union without freeing one slave, I would do it.
Oh, all right, that's it. We're tearing this shit down.
Bye.
Could you imagine this shit being torn down?
Oh, the value of those fucking beautiful stones. You could make a great pool.
I have two conflicting thoughts. I wouldn't want to live in an America where we tore down the Lincoln Memorial, but I don't know, is that even America anymore?
What do you mean?
Is it even America if we decide to tear down, not even our founding heroes, just some of our heroes, our history's heroes? Did you hear Abe Lincoln might have been gay too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he slept with his secretary, and back then your secretary was a dude.
Yeah.
And he would spend days not with his wife, but with that guy in their little cabin writing. Yeah, writing.
Stop, don't get me excited.
Doctors! Look, they're all wearing masks though. They are all wearing masks. They all are wearing masks. You're not wearing masks. We're wearing masks over here.
Hey, excuse me? Any chance I could get a quick interview? Absolutely. Sweet. So, I see you have the Melania Trump jacket. Really don't care, do you? The Melania jacket. Can you tell me what? Did you get this jacket because of Melania? Why are you wearing it?
I did. Actually, when I posted the picture of me online traveling from Florida to here wearing this jacket, I was accused of being ignorant. I'm like, no. I specifically researched this jacket. I knew she wore it on her visit to migrant children. Guess what? It was her message to the media, but the media likes to twist that. The eyes
Did she say that? She said it was a message to the media? Didn't she say it was a mistake to just wear it at all?
Nope. So initially the chief of staff or the communications chief said like, oh, there's no message that was involved. But later on the truth came out that she wore it as a message to the media because eyes are never on Melania. She's done so much actually as a first lady. She's a fantastic first lady and she's done so much and yet she gets no attention. So she knew all eyes would be on her that day. So this is the message she had to the media for all the scrutiny that her and Trump received. She took it off when she got to the detention to the migrant center, and she put it back on to load up to the plane. So that's the same message I had to my online social media haters with my Polish American Brotherhood YouTube channel. Is you can come at me, I really don't care. Do you?
I wanted to ask you now. We have other Melania news. She was kind of talking trash about decorating the White House for Christmas. What do you make of these attacks now on Melania Trump?
You know, I don't believe what the media says because once you start catching them in a lie to a lie to a lie, you see how it's twisted every single time. It's just going to get progressively worse.
So what's your reliable news source then?
I go straight to the government website for the White House. I read the policies of what comes out, and that's where I make my decisions. I do not form my opinion based on the opinions of others.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I know we're at a Walkaway rally. Did you walk away? And what do you make of so many former liberals or supposedly former Democrats here walking away from the party?
I am a walkaway myself 3 months ago. Beforehand,
only 3 months ago?
Only 3 months ago,
oh, wow.
In wake of the summer protests. So basically, that's when I woke up. I defended a statue not knowing that it's perceived as a Republican or a Trump value because I love history. I defended the Kosciuszko statue, a Polish Revolutionary War hero who helped found America. I defended that statue, and you would think that I said kill people. The visceral hatred I received. This then launched me into my own reckoning as everyone had experience with basically isolation at home.
Did you vote for Trump in 2016 or Hillary?
I voted for Hillary.
Wow,
I have been a Democrat my entire life. If you told me I would be a Trump supporter, I never saw it. I would tell you, liar, absolutely not. No way in hell that I would ever support Trump. I was a Trump hater, and then once I did my own research, I became a Trump supporter, and now I am a Trump lover. Not just a supporter, I am a lover, and I'm promoting him on my YouTube channel, doing a Make America Great Again tour with Tara on the Polish American Brotherhood.
One last topic for you. Yes. I know Trump's been kind of hot and cold on this mask wearing. Not a lot of people here are wearing masks. We're coming on the heels of Trump getting sick with coronavirus. You're wearing 2 masks.
Yes.
What do you make of this corona pandemic? Did Trump handle it well? Are you concerned about the president?
I think that every area needs to be deciding for themselves. That's the concept of our local and state system versus the federal system. I am against the federal mandate.
Sure.
Not every place needs to shut down. Not every place needs a mask mandate. And so everybody has to rise up to their own personal responsibility as they see fit for themselves.
So are you personally concerned about the coronavirus pandemic?
For me, I live with my family at home, so I take precautions I feel necessary for myself.
Yeah.
But
there are a lot of elderly, conservative Republican women out here. They're not wearing masks either. I know even Republicans skew older. Is that a concern at all? I know we look around, there's a lot of people with white hair out here. Are you concerned that we might spread it to somebody who's, vulnerable?
Well, the research has now come out. I do believe that people need to make the decision according for themselves.
Yeah. These old people aren't even wearing masks. You're wearing 2.
Yes. But I don't see anything wrong with it. I choose to wear 2 masks. If another person decides not to, if I feel uncomfortable with something, I will walk away. I don't go attack a person. I don't tell them what to do with their lives. They make the decision for themselves. I make the decision for myself. And it's wrong to go attack another person. That's why I'm against a mandate, because then it puts people into almost a vigilante status of a morality greater than thou. And it gives them the right, they feel they have the right, a moral superiority to another person to go attack another person. That's why I'm against a mandate. People make choices for themselves.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.